Dr. Guru Prakash Paswan. There's a lot of credence to what the likes of Ms. Chaturvedi is saying, or even what Reena Gupta added. Where is the draft? Other than the rhetoric, how do you actually see what is being, looking at being implemented? Especially if you're going to make this about a religion, it's really not so much about religion, then it is about ethnicity as well. And an example given by Reena Gupta, what about all the matrilineal tribes in the northeast? What happens there? They're going to dig in their heels.
Preeti ji, a very warm good evening to you and all my fellow panelists. And I was patiently listening to the senior leaders from Aam Aadmi Party and the Shiv Sena as well. I have to point out one simple thing, that there is a sustained misinformation campaign when it comes to draft. And I would like to read a news which the Law Commission, it's a Law Commission of India press note. It categorically says that the draft is not ready yet. There is a process of consultation. In a democracy, in a constitutional democracy, any law that is made, it has to be discussed. The draft has to be made by the public. And the Law Commission of India's press note categorically says, if you allow me to read, those who are interested and willing may present their views within a period of 30 days from the date of notice through click here button, or there is an email address of Law Commission of India given as well. So the entire misinformation campaign, where is the draft? Absolutely there is no draft. There is a process in consultation. There is a consultation happening. People who are real stakeholders, they can submit their observations. They can submit their reservations. I agree with this part of Uniform Civil Code. Please take this down. This is how laws are being made in democracy. And Preeti, also I would like to mention here that Uniform Civil Code was a constitutional promise. It was a constitutional prerogative. Article 44 of the Constitution of India categorically states that the state shall endeavour to provide to secure a uniform civil code for citizens throughout the country.
But okay, Dr. Guru Prakash Paswan, nobody is...
It is about equal status for everyone.
No, Dr. Guru Prakash Paswan, I don't think anybody, at least on this panel, is denying that it's been a part or a fundamental part of our constitution. Nobody is really denying that. But when you're talking about a draft, are you actually saying, Dr. Guru Prakash Paswan, if and when this bill is tabled, before that, multiple parties, some of them right now being represented on this debate, will be taken into consultation before it's tabled?
Preeti, there is absolutely no question of them not being consulted. Like I said, it's out in the open, it's out in the public domain. Any party is free and independent to reach out to the Law Commission. They only need to write an email. What is this brouhaha? What is this entire misinformation campaign? This is beyond my comprehension. There is an email address. You can approach the email address. You can submit your observation. You can submit your... You agree with it. You agree with it or not. You disagree with it or not. What is your version? What is your idea about the Uniform Civil Code? You are free to submit by your email. Please stop this misinformation campaign that where is the draft? Where is the draft?
I want to bring in the Samajwadi Party spokesperson as well, but Priyanka Chaturvedi, stop running a misinformation campaign against the government and the UCC. It's a sensitive matter. Let the Law Commission take its course. And then we cut across to the Samajwadi Party and back to Ms. Reena Gupta. Ms. Chaturvedi.
Actually, I'm very glad that the BJP spokesperson has clarified that there is no draft in place. So whatever is happening in all these political rallies is just political opportunism coming right from the Prime Minister to the Defence Minister and to the various other ministers who've been talking non-stop ever since the UCC debate was struck. Now he also says Law Commission has opened it up for opinions. Let me also remind him the feedback mechanism is still not over. Here they have just started that what is your idea of unified civil code, uniform civil code. Let me remind him that the same Law Commission earlier consultative papers had spoken against the idea of a uniform civil code. The same consultation process had begun, consultative papers were prepared, and in 2016 when it began, it was the Rashtriya Adivasi Ekta Parishad which went to the Supreme Court and said that they are against the idea of UCC because there are over 110 tribes which have their own rituals which do not come under the Hindu Act, and whether it is polygamy, whether it is polyandry, whether it is about their marriage rituals, whether it is about their death rituals, cannot be dictated under the Uniform Civil Code. So, I mean, you know, the entire argument that is coming from them is so superficial, and I'm glad that the BJP spokesperson has clarified that there is no draft, but we are doing full politics on it.
Okay, Dr. Paswan, I'm coming to you. Let me just bring in Dr. Ashutosh Verma, and then I'm going to come right back to you. Dr. Ashutosh Verma, you are a part of the Samajwadi Party. Now, the opposition has...
I think if I can respond to it.
So,
Preeti,
so let him,
I
okay,
think
okay,
Priyanka
respond,
ji had some observation. Can I please respond to it?
Please respond, then I'll cut across to the Samajwadi Party
Yeah, 10 seconds
spokesperson. Go
only.
ahead.
So to say that, yeah, thank you so much. Just to say that the Law Commission has previously declined it, it's like similarly it was declining the 370 abrogation as well. Governments governments previously has declined the Ram Temple as well. But it is our commitment, it is our promise, and we are going to ensure that there is no discrimination made when it comes to the implementation of personal laws.